The sirens actually made it go off. Well, that one's really, she or he doesn't seem too worried about me being right here. Hey, there you go. It's the strangest thing. Watch this. Num 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 num. Now if I chirp, it'll fly away. Nope. Apparently this one doesn't care if I'm here or not. I'm not going to adjust the camera until this one flies away. Hi. Oh, nice poop for our viewers. There you go. You feel better? Yeah, this may be the one that I got really close to earlier. Yeah, it's a tiny little one. No, that's not the one, because the other one wasn't a chirpus. So there's a couple of hummingbirds that we refer to as the chirpus family because they literally chirp all the time. They can't stop. And I like it when the little sign above the garage door is in there. And they'll literally sit there and go, put their little beak in and then sit up and go chirp, chirp, and then drink some more and chirp, chirp, chirp. And they'll be in a tree, either these ones to the left that you can see, or there's a crepe myrtle that's over to the right. And they just chirp, 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 chirp the whole time. And then there's also a special mating song that they do right now. I have two cats right inside the door too that want to come out. No cat cam, not right now. I will be doing a bee cam very shortly, and I have two hives, and one of them didn't make it through the winter, so I'll be splitting my main hive that has been really healthy for about 5 years, and I'll split that in half, and that whole process I'm going to stream. Not that I couldn't just record it, but streaming it could be really awesome, especially if anything goes wrong. Okay, so see, this is the little girl that's not a chirper. Okay, very territorial, super territorial. They all control. Now, this is the girl that is of the chirpus clan. It's funny, we almost think that, we'll call this one the daughter of chirpus or the wife of chirpus. And then recently we've had, not one of these are Anna's, but there was an Allen's hummingbird here, and they're like this golden tan color. And we don't get them here a lot. They stay close to the California coast, from about Santa Barbara up, I think north into Oregon even. And they, you can always just look it up, or I can look it up and push the link when I go back inside. Let's see if we can get some ones in the chat if you want to see Ryder's hair, because I just woke up from a nap before I started streaming. Nope, no runs. Oh, I got 1-1. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, this is pretty awesome stuff here. That's some awesome hair I got going on there. That's what the couch does to Ryder's hair. So I'm just using an iPhone 10, and it's actually being hung from a screw that's up in the beam here, and it clips. It's a plant hanger that clips right onto it. So it cost me absolutely nothing to set this up. Yeah, you like that? That mustache changes on a regular basis. You were supposed to be looking at the hair, not the facial hair, okay? Let's get the rules straight here. All right. And for those that wanted a kitty cam, there's Chelsea. There's the kitty cam. An extreme close-up of the kitty cam. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully she won't affect the activity of the hummingbirds too much. It's wet outside because it's been raining, so she's unlikely to get up on the fence or roof, at least not for a very long time. And no, I did not pull the cat's tail to make her make noise, but here's another one. This is Melee. You've probably heard about Melee if you follow some of the channels I mod. That's our Melee kitty. She's a great kitty. Both are rescues, and then the third rescue is inside. His name's Tucker. And I don't get to pick him up. First of all, he's huge now, but he's scared of me, and he very rarely even goes on. Yeah, actually, you could spell it that way if you want to, since this is Age of Empires, but it's spelled with only 2 E's, and it means song or poem in Hawaiian. And I was hoping the name would, fit the personality. Unfortunately, it doesn't. You notice that she's all black and white. She thinks she's the kitty cop. Okay, so Chelsea is deciding to go up on the fence, and she's going to get all wet, and the Hummer comes over to drink. It's funny how they look at the camera and they look at me. They're very observant. It's how they stay alive. The pathing has not worked for her at all. She's in those trees right over there, and because she's calico, she actually blends in quite well. The tree behind it is more red and orange. It's another Japanese maple, just like the 2 you see here, or actually I think you can barely see. There's another one right here, and then she gets up even sometimes right up on the roof where the branches are you can see where the branches are hitting the roof of the garage there, and she'll sit in there. She hasn't caught any. She could barely catch her food bowl. Doesn't mean she doesn't want to. So does anybody else have hummingbirds where they live? And if you do you feed them? It is fairly warm. It's in the 50s right now, Fahrenheit. So I'm going to say that about the warmest it could possibly be is 15 degrees Celsius here. It's a nice rainstorm's been swirling over us for a couple days. California definitely needs the rain right now. We had almost no precipitation whatsoever during the month of February, which is why it looks so green and lush, because basically we had an early spring and now we're having a late winter. In fact, these 2 Japanese maples to the left already bloomed. There's a couple of photos on my Facebook page, but I'm actually looking at it and I can see some flowers on them now, so it looks like it's going to bloom again. Okay, if you, you know, there's some on it right now, but they're actually right behind the feeder. Yeah. Oddly enough, in uh, Hawaii, there are no hummingbirds. None of them have managed to make the trip over there, and they've got strict laws against bringing any critters in. They have honey creepers over there, though, and they are a variety of bird. I want to say they're finches, but they might not be. And their bills have evolved over time to basically take the same job that the hummingbirds do in the rest of the world, to be able to reach the nectar at the bottom of those deep flowers. We call them honey creepers. For those that don't know me that well, I've always really liked birds. Having a last name Finch lends to that, I believe. And at one point, yeah, it's the second one since I started this stream. I'm not sure what's going on out there, if there was an accident because of the rain. People are driving much faster here. I think they are under the impression that no cop wants to pull them over and give them a ticket. They're just driving like maniacs. And the sad thing is that the accidents that are occurring are often fatal because of the higher speeds that people are driving. And just another sad element of the COVID-19 epidemic. We here in Walnut Creek have been under the lockdown for almost a month now. The eight of the 9 Bay Area counties, the health departments got together and the mayors got together and declared a shelter in place, first in the nation. I was one of the first counties to go on lockdown in the United States, and I truly believe it's part of the reason why California isn't as, how shall we say, hasn't been hurt as bad as New York City. And I'm really thankful that they did that. I go out as little as possible. I'm lucky I have this house, and then my other house is only a couple blocks away. And then there's a shopping center right on the other side of that building you can see in the background. And so, you know, I can gear up and go to the grocery store and get what I need and come back with very little contact from anybody or touch. And just my hands literally are so dry. I don't know how good the light is on that, but there's just, I'm old, but my hands look like I'm 80 right now. I wash them so much. Yeah, this is a really nice garden. There's a little one out front. She does a wonderful job here, and I could take you on a little tour of it. But I do a lot of propagating. I got a lot of succulents. That's just a small example. There's tons all over the yard here. And then at my house, I have a little over 1/4 of an acre, which isn't enough for me, but I have my bees there. I have raised beds there. I have, everything's green. You can barely see a fence the place is fully fenced, but you can barely see a fence for all the green in the yard. Got a great barber. Okay, so there's 3 here right now, so I'm gonna be quiet. So I'm probably gonna go back inside and type, because with 3 of them being out here right now, we may get a chance for all three to land, but with me standing right here, we won't. So I wish us all luck that we get a good seating. That was a flyby, and yes, I came back outside. Yeah. They have consumed about a half a cup today. Really active. Yesterday was really slow because it was raining pretty heavy. And I don't know if they hunker down or what the deal is, but there definitely wasn't as much consumed. Usually they drink about 2/3 of a cup a day. It is funny that they don't really care for me being out here. When I go inside, it gets much more active every time. Apparently, I love them, but they don't care for me quite so much. Yeah, between now and I'd say about 7 o'clock is when we're getting sunset now, pretty close to it, is the second most active time of day. The morning is when they're really active, when they wake up and they have breakfast. But in the evenings, we like to call it their midnight snack right before the sun goes down. I'm not in a position right now to read the chat, so I apologize for not responding. I'll respond when I get inside. And I am going to go inside now so that they start coming back. The mic is good enough that it actually picks up the door opening and closing. So I'm not even sure. Wow, look at that. Perfect timing. I scared him off. So he just went and got a couple drops off the tree, off the leaves over there. A couple drops of fresh water. All right, so I started to say I'm not sure if I can actually raid from the phone. So I might have to open up the stream inside and try to look at this. Oh, see, now they get really active between now and dark. But not sure if I'm going to leave it on that much longer. I'm going to take it down for a second. And here's the kitty. That's Chelsea. But that is my Weber barbecue behind there, and someday I will pull it out and use it and film it. It is an extremely unique Weber in that it's a Weber Genesis, and that's something that you can easily Google. But I have built a deep fryer into the side of it, so I can actually do like fried calamari, or I can put water in it and steam things, steamed vegetables and that sort of thing. And the nice thing about being able to fry calamari or fry other things outside is you don't get that greasy smell in your house. So I've grilled things or deep fried things in the house, and Ms. Ryder doesn't care too much for it. So here's those beautiful Japanese maples, and you can see the red one is in the neighbor's yard right next door. And all four of the ones back here are different. I'm not going to try to tell you the names of them, but this one here has some light little white lines in the leaves, and then this one does not, and it has little red tips. There, that's showing up all right. These are the flowers, so it's flowering again already. These little red, am I getting it here? There they are. And then a couple of fuchsias, these two here. And this is a pregnant onion. And you can see it sits above the surface. She has spawned probably 200 babies. And that's a hibiscus back there. These are my aloe vera, and I had to break one up and mix it all over because I made my own hand sanitizer because there was none available. And so I actually just used alcohol and aloe to make my own hand sanitizer. So then I broke one up to start a whole bunch of new aloe veras. These are the pregnant onions when they're smaller. And you can see even the smaller ones produce the little babies. And this is some thyme. I use this on chicken and pork. And this is another type of aloe. It's not the type you can make medicine and hand stuff with. And here's some peppermint. And here's another little succulent under here. That's a spider plant. And then you can see this is a Japanese maple that's similar to the one on the other side. And this is one that started as a little tiny baby in my other yard. And now you can see this is a unique one. It doesn't match any of the ones here. It actually looks like one of the ones out front. That's a baby. Just started growing the last. And this one, actually I think that one's from 2 years ago. And this is from 1 year ago. So there'll be more of those. All right, so I'm going to hang this back up for the hummers for a minute, see if I can raid somebody before I shut it off. I don't think I can raid. Oh, yes, you know what? I can. I can go into the command line and raid somebody from the command line. So I'm going to put this up here, leave it for another minute or two, and go raid another channel because I have to go cook dinner, and I think it's kind of wrong to stream without being there. I know that chicken cam on Mixer is a absentee stream, but I don't think that I should either be typing on my computer or I should be out here talking. So let me go raid somebody. Thanks everybody for checking out the cam. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the backyard. Okay, how do I have two more people?
Here.
I'm sorry, I'm turning this off. My apologies. I thought I already rated. I thought it should have ended this.
Here.
It won't turn.